Hi, this is Dr. Kang, the Scuba Diving Stories. Today's issue is diving after PFO closure. Recently, one of my students was suffering from repeated episode of DCI symptoms after diving, and I thought she might have PFO. So we did a test, we found the PFO, and we closed it. And she just asked me on KakaoTalk, one of the SNS in Korea, that when can I go back to diving? And this is the question. And I sent her my answer, but I thought I should share this with fellow divers. So to go to closure and diving, let me just briefly go over the anatomy, incidence, DCI risk with PFO, and the impact PFO has on diver, and should diver with PFO dive or not. So if they do, what should the diver do? So finally, we'll talk about diving after closure. You might remember this picture. PFO is hole between right ventricle to left ventricle. So in most people, it is closed after birth, but in 27% of the whole population has PFO. It has no clinical significance if we didn't dive. Of the whole population, 6% has fairly large PFO, which is more dangerous for DCI. So when you have PFO, it can be a risk factor when the PFO is very large, or when you do the Valsalva while you are diving, particularly after you finish your diving, the bottom time, you begin to ascend, and then you find something and begin to go back down, and then you have to do the Valsalva. That's the moment the PFO opens and let the gas bubble on the right side, which has to go to the lungs for filtration, will cross over to the left side. So that's how we get the DCI. When we have overload of venous gas emboli, which means too many or too much bubbles in our venous circulation. Also, when the target tissues is saturated with gas, we still have more risk factor due to PFO. So what kind of impact does PFO has on diver? A diver with PFO certainly have 250% more DCI. That's a lot. And they have 400% more neurological symptoms. So this is a strong impact. So divers better take care of it somehow. So if you have PFO, should you dive or should you not? You have three options. Just to stop diving, don't do it, which is a very stupid idea for me. Or you can do more conservative diving. It means the step ladder profile of the diving. So you do your bottom time at the deepest depth, and then you come up to the next level, like a multi-level diving, and then finish after safety stop. Which means the bubbles in your venous circulation will not go over to the left side through PFO. Instead, they will be filtered out at the lung. So if you do a very conservative diving, you'll be okay. In most cases, it is okay. Or if PFO bothers you with episodes of DCI, then you can close the PFO and keep on diving. So how we close it, let's leave it to the cardiologist or angiography doctors. So for us, the importance is when can we go back to diving? This is the Deng's recommendation. Wait 3 months and then do the test again, echocardiogram, and check if the bubbles go to the left side. And also when you stop your antiplatelet drug, this is for preventing the coagulation. Aspirin usually you take for the rest of your life, but aspirin it's okay. So again, we wait the 3 months and check if the closure has been successful by echocardiogram, and you must stop antiplatelet drug before you really decide to go back to diving. So this was today's issue of diving after PFO closure, and I have a lot of fellow divers, friends, who has done this procedure, and they came back to diving and having a whole lot of good time. So if you find you have PFO, do not panic. Please enjoy diving just like any divers without PFO. So today's issue was diving after PFO closure, and if you have any question, you can contact me to these informations. Thank you very much.